I don't really like cities. And the country one has freedom. Whenever I'm in a city, I feel asphyxiated. The air is hot and dense. The buildings breathe and take away the oxygen. My father used to always say when living in the city is like living inside the mouth of a crocodile. Buildings all around you like teeth. The teeth of culture. The mouth and tongue of civilization. It's a silly comparison, but I've always found it's always made sense to me. Every time I go to a park, I'm reminded how we always go back to nature. We build streets and buildings. We work 5 to 6 days a week building and cementing our paths, and down come tumbling trees and nests, a whole paradise of insects. And all for what? So we can go to the park on Sunday and still find greenery? The bird chirp of nature? Can you dig it?
You're right. I know what I'd do without my walks in the park. Why'd you choose to read Tolstoy?
Because Tolstoy understands humanity like no other writer does.
It's a good enough reason to read it.
Yeah, someone once told me that whenever he was old and he knew he was going to die, he abandoned his house and was found dead at a train station. The same as... Oh, perhaps I shouldn't tell you this.
He's probably on his way to the dock.
It's always been my suspicion.
Well, pardon me, but I must go. Catch you on the flip side.
Why'd you come, Lester?
I discovered books one summer. My father owed a lot of money to a creditor. We had to close ourselves up in a house and hide for a while. For my family, keeping up appearances was important. We had to pretend that we'd gone away on a trip. We told our neighbors that our mother was ill and she had to recuperate somewhere else. We stayed in that house for more than 2 months while my father worked abroad. I remember that it was hot and all the windows were kept closed. The maid was the only one that went out to buy groceries. And then while we were there, my mother decided to read books to the family. And that's when I became a listener. And that's when I learned to appreciate the sound of words. Have you ever been to New England?
No.
I've always wanted to go there. Working here, I've met people from all parts of the world, but I haven't met anybody from up north.
Chet-Chet's from up north.
Chet-Chet's from a world of his own, girl.
I knew a fellow from New London. He was modest and reserved. So shy was this boy that when he expressed any sort of feeling, he would excuse himself. One day I gave him a braid that I cut from my hair and told him to bury it under a tree. I explained to him that back in the island most women cut their hair. Once a year on the 2nd of February, when plants and trees were pruned for the feast of St. Candelaria. I told him how women offer their hair to the earth and the trees for all the greenery and fruits to come. And I gave him a little braid in a box and told him to choose a tree in the park. And the boy looked at me with such a strange face and said that he would feel embarrassed digging a hole in the middle of the park in front of everybody. And that's when I took a braid back from him, took a shovel, dug a hole, and put him to shame. From then on, we never talked again.
So do you still cut your hair on the 2nd of February?
Yes, my father does me the honor of bearing it.
Your father? And why not your husband? Girl, if I was your husband, I'd take your hair and I'd find an old, wise banyan tree, and I'd bury it by its roots. And I'm sure it'd take the offering like rainwater.
Well, I'm going to cut my hair short and declare a vow. That'll be the end of that ritual.
Well, I'd offer to try and find a strong-looking tree, but ritual won't count if it's not done on 2nd of February.
I think everything counts.
So you're telling me that I should find a strong-looking tree?
Yes, I am.
Now, why me?
Because you're the reader of love stories. Can you keep things from oblivion?
So is there a story in your hair?
There will be the day I cut it, and that'll be the end of that one.
And how does one read the story of your hair?
Like one reads a face, or a book.
Then we shouldn't bury your hair. Instead, we should put it in a manuscript, the same way Victorian women used to put locks of their hair or flowers inside the pages of a book.
Maybe you should choose a book.
And why not this one?
I think my hair would be in good company with Anna Karenina.
Then close your eyes and choose a page. At first, Anna sincerely thought that she was annoyed because he insisted on pursuing her. But very soon after her return from Moscow, when she went to an evening party where she expected to see him, but which he did not attend, she came to the realization by the sadness that overwhelmed her, that she was deceiving herself.
Then here, cut my hair.
I'd like to stop seeing you here.
That would be impossible.
Then we should meet in a hotel.
Hotels are cold and impersonal like hospitals.
Like hospitals?
Yes, every guest is looking for a remedy. Whether it's a temporary relief from the world or a temporary rest from life.
Then we should meet in the hospital. Because sometimes I detect sad-looking trees in your eyes after we make love.
Then I must have a terrible malady.
Yes, and I recommend you buy a canary and hear it sing to you.
What if I can't find a canary?
And you should come hear me sing in the shower.
Go, go, somebody's coming. Oh, yeah.
Wait, you don't let me finish. That's one of the problems we have. I own shares in the factory, and now that your husband...
I'm the owner of the factory. I have the last word.
But Opelia,
Someone go upstairs and call Santiago.
Opelia, all I'm trying to say is all these other companies are succeeding.
But Cheche, that has nothing to do with machines.
I don't want to hear this. He's not the owner of the factory. Will somebody call my husband?
Just let me talk. Let's back up here. I'm trying to make a point and you don't let me speak.
Mama, let the man speak.
Opelia, all these cigar companies have the leads. I can name them all. Caprichos, Entreactos, Petit Coquet, Regalia de Salon, Coquetas, Cochaspinas, they all have the leads.
Bah, they don't roll cigars like we do.
It doesn't matter how they roll cigars. That's what I'm trying to
It
tell you.
matters to us.
Then we're never going to get anywhere.
And who's in a hurry to get anywhere? Are you going somewhere, Conchita?
No.
Are you going somewhere, Polojo?
No, I wouldn't mind going to the Canary Islands.
In that case, I want to go to Spain.
And I'd like to go to Russia.
I'm not joking. I'm talking about the modern world. Modernity, progress, advancement. You know what I mean?
If working with machines means the modern, then we're not interested in the modern world.
Machines are stealing our jobs.
Do you want to see our sales records? Do you want to see our sales records?
I don't have to see the sales records. I know how much we sell, and we're not doing that badly.
How can we be doing well when we had to let 2 employees go?
One employee, Cheche. The other one was your wife, and she left on her own accord.
My point is that your husband... My point is that machines...
Machines are stealing our jobs.
That's right.
Solid.
Okay,